Yogesh Vallal. Friends, in previous lecture we have started Maths 2 chapter number 3 circle, and in that lecture we have seen some basic concepts related with circle, and in today's lecture we are going to cover some important topics, that is tangent theorem, converse of tangent theorem and tangent segment theorem. We are also going to solve one problem from practice set 3.1. Friends, if you like the lecture, then don't forget to share and subscribe my channel. Thank you. So friends, let's start our today's lecture. In today's lecture, we are going to cover some important theorems. The first theorem is tangent theorem and the second one is its converse. Proof of these both theorems is not going to ask in the question paper, okay, but both the theorems are very much of importance in respect of problem solving, okay. So let's start with tangent theorem. Tangent theorem states that a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact, okay. Now see, here is a circle and C is the center of the circle, okay. So what the statement is, a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact, okay. So C is the center and line L is tangent. We can clearly see that line L touches the circle at point A, okay. So A is point of contact, or we can say point of tangent, okay. So say C is center, line L is tangent. Therefore by tangent theorem we can write here that this angle is of 90 degree or it is perpendicular. So here I can write that radius CA is perpendicular to tangent L, okay. This is the first theorem. So now let's move to next theorem, and that is converse of tangent theorem, okay. This theorem states that a line perpendicular to a radius at its point on the circle is dash to the circle. So here we can write tangent to the circle. A line perpendicular to radius, a line perpendicular to radius, suppose there is one line which is perpendicular to the radius at its point on the circle, okay, then that line is nothing but the tangent, or that line is going to touch the circle in a single point, okay. So if M is the center and Mn is the radius, M is the center and Mn is the radius, then line L, if line L is perpendicular to Mn at N, then by converse of tangent theorem, by this theorem we can clearly say that line L is a tangent. Line L is tangent to the circle, okay. So friends, once again we revise these two theorems. Tangent theorem states that radius is perpendicular to tangent at the point of contact, okay, and its converse state that if a line is perpendicular to the radius, then it is nothing but its tangent, okay. Now let's see one more theorem, which is tangent segment theorem. First of all, let's see what is tangent segment. Tangent segment is a part of a tangent, but if we have a point outside the circle, then we can draw two tangents. From the point outside the circle or external point, we can draw two tangents to the circle, okay. So in this case, from the point of contact to that point, external point, the segment is called as tangent segment. So tangent segment theorem states that tangent segments, that is DP and DQ. In this figure, DP and DQ are the tangent segments drawn from an external point to a circle are congruent. Okay. Now this theorem is important, and in the form of this activity they are going to ask you to solve the problem based on tangent segment theorem. Okay. Now let's see how to solve this theorem, or let's see the proof of this theorem. Now given, from the given information we can write given A is the center of the circle. A is, in figure we can clearly see that A is the center of the circle. Okay. And then tangent through external point D touch the circle at the point P and Q. We have drawn two tangents. One tangent is touching the circle at point P and the other tangent is touching the circle at point Q. Now to prove, what we have to prove? We have to show that segment DP, that is first tangent segment, is congruent with segment DQ. External point, tangent segments drawn from an external point to a circle are congruent. Okay. So we have to prove that segment DP is congruent with segment DQ. Now let's see. To complete the proof, we have to make some construction. I always tell you that to learn the theorem or to remember the theorem, we have to draw a particular figure, and we have to remember its construction, because without that construction we cannot solve the proof. Okay. So let's write the construction. Draw radius AP, or I can say segment AP, segment AQ. You can clearly see that point P and Q are on the circle, A is the center. So segment AP and segment AQ are nothing but the radius, and I am going to join the point center and the external point, that is draw segment AD also. Don't forget this construction. Okay. So AP, AQ, AD are our construction. So I have draw it by dotted line. Okay. Now see. Proof. In triangle PAD. Where is triangle PAD? PAD and triangle QAD. Okay. PAD and triangle QAD. Segment PA is congruent with which segment? Yes, that is segment AQ. Segment PA is congruent with segment AQ, or you can say QA, because radii of the same circle. This is radius and this is also radius, as the point P and Q are on the circle and A is the center. Okay. So these two sides are congruent. Okay. Now segment AD is present in first triangle and it is also the part of second triangle. Okay. So this is nothing but common side. Segment AD is congruent with segment AD, so it is common side. Okay. Now angle APD and angle AQD, these two angles are of 90 degree by tangent theorem. Just in previous our discussion we have seen that radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Okay. So these two angles are of 90 degree. So these two triangles become right angle triangle, and in right angle triangle side opposite to 90 degrees hypotenuse. Okay. So hypotenuse and the side is congruent. So triangle PAD, the first triangle, and the second triangle, triangle QAD, are congruent by hypotenuse side test. Okay. So friends, this is the second important thing to learn any theorem. Okay. The first important thing is its figure and construction, and the second important thing is whether we have shown the triangles in the figure are similar or congruent. Okay. And if they are congruent or they are similar, then by which test they are congruent or similar. Okay. In this theorem we showed these two triangles are similar these two triangles are congruent by hypotenuse side test. Okay. Now, if two triangles are congruent, we can clearly write that segment DP of first triangle is congruent with segment DQ. Why? I have selected DP and I am going to write here DQ because these are corresponding sides of congruent triangle. We are going to write short form as corresponding sides of congruent triangle. Okay. So friends, in this pattern they are going to ask you in the form of activity to write the proof. Okay. So now let's see some problem based on these theorems. Now let's see one problem from practice set 3.1. The problem states that in the adjoining figure, the radius of the circle is 6 centimeter. Okay, and line AB is tangent at A. Now answer the following questions. The first question is what is the measure of angle CAB and why? Okay. Then the second one is distance of C from AB. Distance of AB is 6 centimeter. Find distance of BC. And the last one is measure angle ABC and why. Okay, we have to find measure angle ABC and why it is that. Okay, so let's start solving the problem. Now see, point C is the center, okay, as given in the problem, and line AB is tangent at point A, that is A is the point of contact. So we can write here that CA, which is the radius, is perpendicular to tangent AB, and the reason is by tangent theorem. Okay, these reasons are very much of importance because if you understood the reason, then only you can write these lines, okay, which are going to make an important step. So angle CAB is equal to 90 degree. This is our first answer. Angle CAB is equal to 90 degree, and why? By tangent theorem. Okay. Now let's solve the second part. Let's solve the second part. Now, distance of C from AB. Now look at here. CA is equal to radius, and which is given as 6 centimeter. Okay. Therefore, distance of point C from line AB is equal to, I can say, length of CA because it is perpendicular distance. Okay. So it is perpendicular distance from AB. So point C is at distance CA, and which is nothing but R, and which is given as 6 centimeter. Okay. So our answer is distance of point C from AB is 6 centimeter. Each answer I am going to highlight. Now the third part. Now we have given that distance AB is also 6 centimeter. Okay. Now we can clearly identify that angle CAB is 90 degrees. So CAB, triangle CAB is right angle triangle. This triangle is right angle triangle. Okay. So I am going to write it here in triangle CAB. In triangle CAB, angle CAB is equal to 90 degree. You can give it number 1 and mention here, give reason here that from 1. Okay. And therefore, by Pythagoras theorem, we can write that BC square is equal to CA square plus AB square. And the reason is by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now just substitute the values, as CA is 6 square and AB is also 6, so make square of it. So it will become 36 plus 36 is equal to 72. Taking square root on both sides, we get BC is equal to root 72, or we can write 36 into 2 is equal to 6 root 2. Okay, root of 36 is 6, so we get 6 root 2, and as these two have given centimeter as unit, so BC becomes 6 root 2 centimeter. But we have asked as distance between B and C, so I will write my answer in that form. Distance between B and C is 6 root 2 centimeters. Okay, and again highlight your answer. You can solve this part by various methods. 6 square plus 6 square, here 6 square is happen to be 2 times, so we write 2 into 6 square. Okay, and by taking square root on both sides, we get 6 root 2 direct as answer. Okay, now let's solve fourth part. Okay, let's solve fourth part. Now what is the angle ABC? We have to find this angle. We have to find angle ABC. Now we observe that in triangle CAB, we get two sides. Okay, CA and AB are 6. Okay, which are nothing but 1 upon root 2 time of 6 root 2. Okay, that is, I can write here AC and AB, these two sides are 1 upon root 2 times of side BC. Okay, and therefore by converse of 45 45 90 degree theorem, triangle theorem, which we have seen in chapter number 2, okay, and in 9th standard also. By converse of 45 45 90 degree triangle, if the sides are 1 upon root 2 times of the remaining side of the triangle, then the angles opposite to those sides are of 45 degree. So we can write here, therefore angle opposite to AC and AB is of 45 degree. Angle opposite to AC is equal to angle opposite to AB is equal to 45. Now how to write angle opposite to AC? Just substitute the remaining name ABC, and angle opposite to AB, just substitute point C, remaining point in between them, ACB is equal to 45. Okay, and now we have to just ask angle ABC. So I am going to write only one angle, angle ABC is of 45 degree. Okay friends, so in today's lecture we have seen some important topics. We have seen first of all tangent theorem, then converse of tangent theorem, then tangent segment theorem, and we have solved one problem from practice set 3.1. I hope you have liked the lecture, and if you like the lecture, don't forget to share and subscribe the channel. Okay, thanks.